Live from the international headquarters of MattSpats.com in Washington, D.C., it's the MattSpats Weekendly Report. Hello again, I'm Matt from MattSpats.com. A few weeks ago, I went over my opinion on the roster of the Washington Nationals in my very first Weekendly Report. Go check that out if you haven't already. I'll now take the opportunity to talk about the other league, the American League, in this video. Coming out of an offseason that benefited many teams in the league, American League teams are stronger than ever and ready to compete in another competitive race for the World Series. In this video, I'll share with you my predictions on how the three divisions will fare in the regular season and how the American League Division Series and Championship Series will play out. Without further ado, let's begin. I'll start with the AL East. With all due respect to the Rays, Blue Jays, and Orioles, the race in this division is split two ways between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. And quite a race it will be. Both teams made huge acquisitions in the offseason and are both set for playoff spots. For the Sox, Chris Sale and David Price lead an impressive pitching staff. Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers captain the infield. An excellent outfield will feature names like Andrew Benintendi, Mookie Betts, and JD Martinez. Martinez's acquisition bolstered the Boston outfield, which is necessary because their bitter rival Yankees acquired Giancarlo Stanton this offseason to pair him with Aaron Judge to create a power hitter duo at the hitters-friendly Yankee Stadium. The Yanks also have Luis Severino and Aroldis Chapman headlining the pitching staff, and Gary Sanchez and Didi Gregorius in the infield. If you ask me who will take the number one spot in the division, however, I have to go with the Boston Red Sox. While the Yankees have an incredible team, the Red Sox are better suited for success with a more well-rounded team. The Yanks will definitely come in second place with a wild card berth. I think the Orioles, Rays, and Blue Jays will follow in the standings, but they won't stand a chance against the Yankees and Red Sox. The AL Central is a division where the quality of the teams may not match up to the AL East or AL West, but we could see some up-and-coming players make an impact in their first MLB seasons. Undoubtedly, the Cleveland Indians will take first place once again. With Corey Kluber, Francisco Lindor, and Jason Kipnis, to name a few, the Indians are much, much stronger than any other team in the American League Central. Like last year, the Minnesota Twins will have another good season and take hold of second place in the AL Central. I really like Miguel Sano and Brian Dozier in the infield, and the signing of Logan Morrison this offseason strengthens the Twins' outfield. The pitching staff is also solid in Minneapolis, and it'll lead the Twins to second place. Another well-rounded AL Central team is the Kansas City Royals. They haven't performed up to the standard one would expect after the 2015 World Series championship, but I feel as if that this year they'll rebound and fall short of the playoffs by a few spots. Alex Gordon and Kelvin Herrera will shine for the Royals this season. Fourth and fifth place will go to the White Sox and the Tigers, respectively. I pick the Sox over Detroit because Chicago has a more young talent than the Tigers, a key in an ever-changing MLB. It's time to talk about the AL West. And it's also time to talk about the Houston Astros, coming off a World Series championship in 2017. Being able to have a team with multiple big names in all three major categories, pitching, infield, and outfield, shows how incredible of a job Jeff Luhnow has done deep in the heart of Texas. They, like Cleveland, will without a doubt take the gold in the AL West. But there's a new competitor in the AL West, and it's the Los Angeles Angels, who made a splash by signing Shohei Ohtani in the offseason. It bolsters the team, who have missed out on the playoffs for a few years now, despite having Mike Trout. I think that the Angels will leapfrog the Twins and make the playoffs as the second wildcard team this coming playoffs. Another team that made a big push for Ohtani, the Seattle Mariners, will come into 2018 looking very good. While they'll narrowly miss out in the playoffs, I think that this season will be an important one for the Mariners. Robinson Cano, Dee Gordon, Kyle Seager, and Nelson Cruz make up the core of the team, and they will perform very nicely in their first season together. The Rangers don't really deserve to be in fourth, but the Mariners, Astros, and Angels are all unfortunately better, although the Rangers do get style points for signing Bartolo Colon and Tim Lincecum. They just don't match up to the superpowers in Houston and Los Angeles, unfortunately. And in last place, you might have expected this, it's the Oakland Athletics. They've been in a strange rebuilding contending phase for a while now, and Moneyball hasn't panned out this time. Chris Davis is the backbone of the franchise, and chances are he'll be sent to a surprise contender come July. For now, the A's are in a sticky situation, and it'll be unlikely for the A's to make a playoff spot. Before I give you my playoff predictions, let me go over the 5 lucky teams going to play in October. The Boston Red Sox, the Cleveland Indians, the Houston Astros, New York Yankees, and the Los Angeles Angels. In the wild card game, the Yankees will dismantle the Angels and easily defeat Ohtani in his first year with the Angels. the Yankees will move on to face the Houston Astros, while again the Indians and Red Sox face off. The Dragon called the Yankees will be slayed by the Astros just because the Astros are more well-rounded than the Yanks. Finally, the Red Sox will defeat the Indians in the ALDS and move on to play the Astros. In the series between the Astros and Red Sox, I think that the Astros will prove victorious and move on to a second consecutive World Series. Do you agree? Leave a comment. If you want to see my NL prediction, you'll see it next week. For now, have a great Sunday, and let's go Nats!